Kumusta po kayo? Welcome back! Let's continue our journey in learning a beautiful language, Tagalog, the language of the Philippines. Narito po ako sa isla ng Boracay para dumalo sa isang konferensya. And because I am attending a conference, we can expect a lot of people will be speaking and talking. In this video, I will talk about the Tagalog root word that can be converted into a verb equivalent to the English verb to speak or to talk. So, tara, simulan na natin. But first, some few reminders. Number one, if you are new to this channel, make sure to click the subscribe button and the bell notification button so you'll be updated of new contents. Number two, if you feel that I'm going too fast, please pause the video and rewind to the point you need to get back to. Cool? Number three, please be sure to see 3 of my very important videos, episode 63, 64, and 65. These are my introductory videos on how Tagalog word works and how verbs are formed. Do check them out. The links are in the description box down below. And number 4, there are 4 things you need to remember about Tagalog verbs. And if you have seen this before, you can skip this part and go to the next timestamp. Cool? Always remember that in Tagalog, verbs start with root words. No root words, no verbs. Verbs are formed by combining a root word with affixes. There are many combinations producing several verbs from the same root word. Verbs are conjugated according to aspects and not tenses. Verbs behave according to focus system. For now, I will only tackle verbs under the actor focus and object focus. Actor-focused verbs emphasize the actor or the doer of the action, and object-focused verbs emphasize the object of the action. Please also remember that subjects for actor-focused verbs are generally group 1 personal pronouns, and subjects for object-focused verbs are generally group 2 personal pronouns. But there are exceptions to this rule. On to our lesson. In this video, we will talk about the root word salita. Salita is the root word for talk or speak. Salita is also the noun for word and language. As a noun, you can use it this way. Mga salita. Words. Salitang ugat. Root word. Salitâng Tagalog. Tagalog language. In this sense, salita is the synonym of wika, the other Tagalog word for language. Isang salita, literally one word, but it is the Tagalog version of the phrase word of honor. Because if you have word of honor, you only say what you mean once. Make sense? From the root word salita, we can form it to the verb magsalita, the verb to talk or to speak. It can also mean to deliver a speech or to give a talk. Let's take a look at how this verb is constructed. Magsalita combines the root word salita with the prefix mag. As you can see on the verb table, it is an actor-focused verb. And as such, the verb focuses on the actor or the doer of the action and no one else. The infinitive verb magsalita doubles as the imperative verb, which is used to command. We will have examples on this in a bit. The verb is conjugated from the completed aspect to recently complete aspect this way. Nagsalita, talked or spoke. As you can see, the prefix mag becomes nag. Nagsasalita is talking or is speaking. The prefix nag is retained, but the first syllable of the root word sa is reduplicated. You can see that in white letters. Magsasalita, will talk or will speak. This is easy because all we need to do is to change the prefix nag into the prefix mag. Magsasalita. Kasasalita. Just talked or just spoke. Drop mag from magsasalita and replace with the prefix ka. You now have the verb kasasalita. Just talked or just spoke. Let's use these verbs in simple sentences. Let's start with the imperative verb. Let's use them to command or to request. Let's go. Magsalita ka. Speak. Magsalita kayo. Speak. Magsalita ka. Dahil kinakausap kita. Speak because I am talking to you. The verb kinausap is a verb I will talk about in the next video. Please make sure to catch that. Alright? Magsalita kayo ng marahan. Speak slowly. Magsalita ka ng magalang. Speak politely. Magsalita ka na. Speak now. Or, go ahead and speak now. Na is an adverb that loosely translates to already. It could mean different things depending on the context. In this example, it is used to signal urgency, like speak now and not later. Ayos ba? Are you getting it? Magsalita na tayo. Hindi ko gusto ang nangyayari. Let's speak up now. I don't like what's happening. Magsalita na kayo. Iligtas ninyo ang sarili ninyo. Speak now. Save yourselves. There's a lot more to talk about the root word salita. We will use them in simple Tagalog sentences in the progressive, completed, contemplative, and recently complete aspects. This is how Tagalog verbs are conjugated and not by tenses. So, tara, simulan na natin. Let's begin with the progressive aspect or nagaganap. This is when the action is currently happening. Let's take a look. Nagsasalita ako. I am speaking or I am talking. Nagsasalita si Marie. Marie is speaking or talking. Nagsasalita na ang sanggol. The baby now speaks. We use the adverb na again here. In this example, it is used to signal that the baby is now speaking for the first time. Moving on. Nagsasalita si Mayor sa radyo. The mayor is speaking on radio. Nagsasalita ako. Huwag kang sumingit. I am speaking. Don't butt in. Okay, I hope that was clear. Now, let's move on to completed aspect or naganap. This is when the action has already occurred. Hence, the action has been completed. Let's take a look at our examples. Nagsalita na ang hari. The king has spoken. Nagsalita ang boss ko sa konferensya. My boss spoke at the conference. Nagsalita si senador sa senado kahapon. The senator spoke at the Senate yesterday. Ayos ba? Now, let's have some more examples. Nagsalita ako sa podcast ni Marie. I spoke at Marie's podcast. Nagsalita kami sa pulong kahapon. We spoke at the meeting yesterday. Nagsalita na si tatay. Tama na. Father has spoken. Enough. Ayos ba? Are you getting it? This time, let's move on to contemplative aspect or magaganap. This is when the action has not yet occurred and is about to occur. Let's take a look at our examples. Magsasalita na ako. I will finally speak up or I will speak up now. Magsasalita na siya sa wakas.
He or she will finally speak. Magsasalita ang boss ko sa konferensya mamaya. My boss will speak at the conference later.
Cool? Everything okay? Let's move on.
Magsasalita siya mamaya. He or she will speak later. Magsasalita na siya mamaya. He or she will finally speak later. Magsasalita na si June. Pakinggan natin. June will speak now. Let's listen.
The last aspect I'm going to discuss is recently complete or katatapos. This is when the action has just occurred some time ago. Hence, the action has recently been completed. Tingnan natin.
Kasasalita ko lang. I have just spoken. Kasasalita mo lang kanina. You have just spoken earlier. Kasasalita ko lang, tumahimik ka. I have just spoken. Be quiet. Pronouns in the first person and second person singular come first before lang. With other pronouns, it is the reverse. Let's take a look. Kasasalita lang niya sa pulong kanina. He or she just spoke at the meeting earlier. Kasasalita lang natin. Sila naman. We have just spoken. It's now their turn.
This is a very useful phrase. Ikaw naman, siya naman, kayo naman, and you can use all of the different Tagalog personal pronouns for this phrase.
Kasasalita lang nila. Hindi mo inabutan. They have just spoke. You missed it. Kasasalita lang ng presidente sa TV kagabi. The president just spoke on TV last night.
Alright, there are other Tagalog root words related to the root word salita. And these words are the equivalent of the English speak and say. And we'll talk about those in the next few videos. So, please make sure to catch those. That's about it for now. I hope you learned something new today. And if you did, please make sure to hit the like button. That will help this channel reach more people. I will see you again soon. Maraming salamat po at hanggang sa susunod.